Hello, assalamu alaikum. It's your girl, Nadirah P, aka Big Body Naughty. Now, I know it's been a minute, it's been a hot second, it's been a while, but after this lengthy hiatus, we are back with another cooking with Nadirah P. And I realized all the other cooking with Nadirah P's, if you haven't watched them, you should, but there was nothing sweet. There was no dessert. There was no, you know, there was just nothing sweet on the palate. So I'm like, we need to throw some dessert in there. So for today, we are going to make what is, if not my favorite cake, definitely one of my favorite cakes, pineapple upside down cake. Now, for the from scratch girls, for the girls who like to be in there with the flour and the yeast and the flavoring and the dye and all of that, there will be none of that in this video. There will be absolutely none of that. But for the girls who want something quick, something tasty, something efficient, this is for you. So let's hop right into it. It does not take long to make. It is not a lengthy process. So let's go. For our pineapple upside down cake, you are going to need the Betty Crocker Super Moist Yellow Cake. You are going to need a can. This is the what? The 20-ounce can of pineapple slices. Make sure you get the one in pineapple juice and not the one in syrup. You are going to need a stick of butter. You are going to need dark brown sugar. You can use light brown sugar, but I feel like the taste is much better and much richer with dark brown sugar. A half of cup of vegetable oil. This is a cup that's supposed to be for the water, but we'll get to that later. You're going to need 3 eggs, a mixing bowl. I prefer to use a whisk. Now, for this recipe, with all the same stuff, you can do that in a metal bundt cake pan, but I really prefer it in a glass pan because I just like the shape better and I feel like it's a lot more moist when you do it in a pan like this. But this is a 13x9 non-stick glass pan. And last but not least, the maraschino cherries. So let's get started. So make sure you have that oven preheated to 350 before you start because it's just gonna make things easier. So in our mixing bowl, we're going to put the yellow cake mix. And I like to put the 3 eggs. And then our half a cup of vegetable oil. Now, for the Betty Crocker Super Moist Yellow Cake, you are supposed to use water. But because this is a pineapple upside down cake, and this is why I said you have to get the pineapple slices that are in the pineapple juice, we are going to substitute that cup of water for the pineapple juice. So you just open that enough so you can just get the juice out. Ooh, let's open it a little bit more. Like that. Pour the juice in there. Now you should have about a cup, but if it's a little bit under, like this one, just add the water. Put the juice in there. And then I prefer to use a whisk. You could really use you can use a spoon, you can use whatever you like. But you can already smell the pineapple. It smells so good. See, that was only about a minute or so. There's no lumps, no bumps, no rumps. Everything is mixed together. Whereas with a spoon, honey, you're gonna be here all night. So let's leave that to the side and let's get started on our pan. So now that our oven is already preheated to 350, we're gonna take that stick of butter. We're just gonna drop it in the pan. And then we're gonna put this in the oven so it can melt. For maybe I would say 5 minutes, it should be melted, but just check on it, keep an eye on it, and we're gonna see when it melts. Okay, so I said it was gonna take 5, 10, 15 minutes, but this is after 3 minutes, the butter has fully melted. Now, we have to get on it. So when the butter has melted in the pan, it's already distributed evenly, we're going to take our brown sugar and sprinkle it over the butter. And we're gonna have a pretty, I'm not gonna say we're gonna have a too thick of a layer, but it should be enough. And then we're gonna take the bottom of a measuring cup. Please do not try to do this by your hand. Please remember that this pan is hot. Now, you don't want a thick layer, but you want enough. Like, you want the pan to be covered. So once all of that is pressed down, remember we have our can of pineapples. You open that up. Then you take the pineapples and you line them up like that. You can put them as close as you want. You can put a lot, you can put a little bit. It's up to you. No matter what piece I get, I'm sure to get some pineapple. Now, take the measuring cup again and just, ooh, Lord, smush the pineapples down. Bam, perfect. Then we take our cherries. I got the ones without the stem. If you get the one with the stem, that's fine, just take the stem off. And just place the cherries and the pineapple. So now that we have this lined up, work of art, you take your cake batter and boom, just spread it. I was using a whisk, but that's not getting all of it. So I got this spoon to really get on the sides. And then bam, there we go. And then that's it. This is ready to go in the oven. Now it says to cook it for, I think like 35 to 45 minutes. But the last time I put it in, it was done in 25-30 minutes. So we'll see this time, but let's put it in. So this is after only 25 minutes. So if you leave it in there any longer, it is going to burn. So let's get that up out of there. So this part is very important. It is fresh out. So you're going to take a knife and just go around the sides like that. Now, unfortunately with this cake, because of the butter and the sugar, if you let this cool, it is going to stick to the bottom of the can. So we have to turn this over right away. So of course, because the pan is so big, I don't have a cake dish that is built like that. And this is the tricky part, honey, because this pan is still hot, but you cannot allow it to cool. So, bismillah. Turn it over, honey, period. Pick this up. Please remember that this is still hot. You can see that steam. And baby, look at it. Look at it. Okay, how am I gonna? Look at it. Look at when you check up on it, baby. Come and check up on it. Whew. Bam. Bam. Where's the other? Oh, it moved. I'm like, did the pineapple get up and walk away? Look. Look at that. Yes, child. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. No. Okay, that's enough. Let's let it cool, and then we're going to taste a piece. Let's cut a piece of this and really see what what it's hitting for. You see that? Moisture. Look at that. Ah! Ciao. Let's get into it. Period. Period. Ciao. So let's get into the moisture. It can be very difficult, not impossible, with a bundt cake pan to capture this type of moisture. Let's try it. I like to get a little bit of pineapple with mine every bite. Smell. They say only use a half a stick of butter. That whole stick of butter, you won't regret it. What it all comes down to is, do you love yourself enough to serve yourself good dessert? This is delicious. What more could you want in a cake? Well, that's all for today. I'm off to enjoy another slice of that cake. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.